What the fuck are you doing?
I'm mining cryptocurrency.
That is not how you mine cryptocurrency. This is how you mine Bitcoin.
I fight to live, I fight to strive. One day I'll have what I want in life.
Make sure to go over to the EXO channel, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the future videos. Hello, my name is EXO, and in today's video we can be digging into the world of crypto mining. See what I did there? Now before we continue, I must say that I'm not a financial advisor. None of this should be considered financial advice. I'm just some guy on the internet saying his opinions about topics. With that out the way, let's get back to the video. To understand the topic of crypto mining, I suggest you watch my video on Bitcoin, as if you don't understand the basics of crypto, you won't be able to understand how the crypto mining and crypto connects to each other. How it works basically. Okay, so how does mining work? Well, to answer this, you must first ask yourself what a miner is.
I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole, diggy diggy hole.
Nah, not their miners. A miner is a computer rig that is designed to mine cryptocurrency. Now there are three different types that are quite popular. You have GPU, which is on screen now. This uses graphic cards. Then you have ASIC miners, which is on screen now. These are smaller. And then the last one you have is CPU miners. Now each of these has positives and negatives to it, and some are better at mining certain cryptos than others. GPUs are typically the most common found if you're like a little guy mining basically. If you're some of these big warehouses, they'll probably have all of these types of miners. Because crypto is deregulated, there are no banks, so we need someone or something that can handle the transactions. This is the job of the miner. The blockchain, what crypto runs on, is powered by computing power. This power is generated by the computers or the miners. Thus these miners are paid for the work they do on the blockchain. It's just like any job. You put your work in, you get paid for that work you do. Same with the miners. Now in addition to this, these miners are also trying to unlock new bitcoins. This is done by trying to correct the sequence of numbers. Each new crypto is like locked behind a wall of numbers, and these computers will do these sequences and keep running these numbers and trying to generate that magic code. It's basically like a safe, works on the same principle, gets the numbers, get to the reward inside. How the Bitcoin system works like that. The miners will run a multitude of combinations and eventually they'll get it right. However, the crypto space will not make it easy for these miners. Every new crypto that is mined, say you mine one Bitcoin, the next time you're trying to mine Bitcoin, that one will be even harder than the previous. This is why, if you look back in the day, you can mine crypto on like a shitty laptop, whereas now you have dedicated mining rigs and all these advanced different miners. It's the way the Bitcoin is scaled, and it's the way that the security is built in there. This is done so you can't just dump all the coins into the market. It's sort of a way to keep up with the inflation, I guess, basically. It's just sort of drip feeding Bitcoins in over time. Okay, so you might be wondering how you, with your little mining setup, could compete with something to like this scale. Well, this is where mining pools come in. Introducing mining pools. Now, mining pools are groups of miners that are all lumped together, and they will all work to crack that magic code. Each miner will then be rewarded for the work he or she does on the network. So say if one mine has like a beefier setup, then they'll be doing more work than someone with just one GPU running. So obviously that guy would get paid more than the one GPU guy. So that's essentially how the mining pools work. This increases the probability that you crack that magic number, so you're not just running solo and trying to win by yourself basically. The system groups many transactions together and puts all these individual transactions into what's known as a block. Now the block size will vary dependent on the crypto, so just be aware of that. That block will then store these transactions and the number of transactions in this block again is determined by the block size. Now from here, the miners will compete to solve that unique code that allows this transaction to be verified and approved so it can be processed. So what crypto do people mine? Well, it's not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not something a beginner miner can just go and do. A thing like this GPU rig would never be able to compete with something as large as those warehouses. Those like this one here. These will range with ASIC miners, and just look at the size of this thing. It goes on and on and on. There's no way a single GPU can keep up with this kind of processing power. So we'll have a look at what GPUs can mine and what miners actually do. The current upfront investment and maintenance cost to mine Bitcoin is only reserved for the large companies who own those massive warehouses. Unless you've got some stupid wealth behind you to go and buy your own warehouse with mining gear like the one you see here, it's not really an option for you. CPU mining is pretty much dead, I believe. The GPU mining just came along and generated higher returns. It was more profitable to mine on GPUs. There wasn't really much CPU had over GPU mining, so now you'll pretty much see GPU mining and ASIC miners in them big warehouses. ASIC miners, which stands for Application Specific Integrated Circuits, these miners are good for mining Bitcoin. They cannot mine things like Ethereum, so in this space the GPU is still king, and this is why GPU mining is still relevant. Some places will rent out their computing power to you, so you'll just pay them whatever fee they ask for, and then they'll mine the crypto on your behalf, and then they're supposed to give you the crypto that it mines. Now the problem with this is there are so many scams around this topic. Because crypto space has no regulations behind it, it's easy for people to scam you, and there's nothing really that anyone will do for you if you are scammed. If you pay your money to these companies, they can quite easily run up with it and fuck you over. So in my opinion, it's much better to just buy your own mining equipment, just build one up, a GPU rig. It's not too hard to do, to be honest. There's plenty of tutorials out there nowadays to build a GPU rig. That's not too bad. It's just the upfront investment is the hardest part. But if you're just wasting money on renting out mining equipment space, then you're not really giving yourself room to buy that GPU rig. If you're just gonna rent out a space to do mining in, you might as well just buy the crypto on a platform like Gemini or Blockfi, wherever it is, and then just buy the crypto and hold it, because that's pretty much what these people will do with you. You'll supposedly buy for the mining processing power, but they'll just take that money, then when it comes near the time they need to pay you, they'll just buy the crypto off an exchange and give it to you. And that's pretty much what happens there. And at that point the price could have elevated, so you wouldn't have got the gains. This whole ordeal. So it's not really worth it in my opinion. Buy the crypto or get into mining it yourself and build a rig. Okay, so to conclude this topic, we've talked about GPU mining, CPU mining, ASIC mining. We've talked about why people mine, how it kind of works, the competition that's out there. We've covered a fair few topics. So CPU mining is basically dead. GPU mining is still king in terms of Ethereum and other cryptocurrency you can mine on there. ASIC miners are for mining your Bitcoin, and the other big warehouses that will mainly do all the Bitcoin nowadays. You just need to be aware when mining about maintenance costs like electricity, fans for cooling. If you're overclocking these GPUs, obviously that's going to boost its performance. By doing this, it's going to drain more power and it's going to get hotter. You just need to be ready for this if you are doing this yourself. There's mining software out there like NiceHash and other things that you can use to mine your crypto with. And that's pretty much it in terms of the crypto mining space. Like I said, warehouses, well, renting out computing power is a bit of a no-no for me personally. If that's something you want to do, just be careful and look at the trusted website reviews, whatnot. Just be aware that reviews can be just create out of thin air. You don't need actual customers to make them, which I found out by doing my store. There's some weird dodgy practices out there that I wasn't aware of, but hey ho, they're there. A quick thing to note when it comes to GPU mining. Now, people have been mining Ethereum for quite a while on there now, and it has been profitable for them. Now, there's Ethereum 2.0 coming out, you might have heard about. This will make it less profitable probably to mine. It'll still be mineable, but it's moving on to a proof of stake concept rather than proof of work. So the Ethereum network will work better with you holding the Ethereum, not you mining the Ethereum. So as miners, they're going to get rewarded less. That's just something you'll need to consider if you're getting into mining. Just research Ethereum 2.0 if you want to mine that, or you can just mine other things like Dogecoin, Litecoin, whatever it may be. I hope you enjoyed and got some value out of this video on crypto mining. Hope you understand a bit more about it. If you did, I'd appreciate a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Anything you want to see in the future, just leave in the comments down below. Any discussions you want to do, I will reply to every comment that's down there. Check out all the links in the description. You've got crypto stuff, you've got Bitcoin and Gemini. Gemini is where I buy my crypto. Blockfi is where I then store my crypto to get additional interest on that. You got Train 212 down there, get a free share when you use that link, and then whatever else is down there for investors. And I'll catch you in a bit. Peace out.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.